Welcome to this week's video, and I'm Vitality Coach Jonny. Today we're going to go through 3 exercises, both strengthening exercises and stretches, to help reduce any knee pain you may be experiencing, whether that's from running, walking, when you walk down the stairs, whatever it may be. Knee pain can be caused by a variety of different issues. A lot of those issues can be cured by stretches and also strengthening certain areas of the knee and the leg. However, if you are experiencing some knee pain, please do go and seek professional help. These exercises are going to be great and they're going to be beneficial, but it's also worth getting a professional opinion as well. Okay, so all these exercises and stretches you can obviously do from the comfort of your own home, because I'm demonstrating them in my lounge. But also, if you have a gym membership, you can do them there as well. Stretch number 1 is going to be something called the couch stretch, but we're actually going to start with the hip flexor stretch, which is an easier variation, and I'll then show you the couch stretch. So to stretch your hip flexors, which if tight can sometimes pull on the knee and cause some knee pain, all we're going to do is bring both legs to about 90 degrees. Feel free to put a cushion under your back leg if you need to. All we're doing then is trying to make sure our hips stay level. So squeeze your bum, squeeze your core, and then push forward as much as you can to feel a stretch down the front of this back leg. Now what we don't want to do is push as far forward as we can, and you can now see my lower back's arched. This takes the pressure off that back leg. So bring yourself up, squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs. Imagine your hips are a bucket of water. We want to keep that bucket level, and you should now feel a good stretch down the front of this back leg. We want to hold this for around about 30 seconds and make sure you do both sides. To make that tougher, we can then elevate our back foot. This is why it's called the couch stretch. Again, feel free to put a cushion underneath your knee for this one, because this one can get quite intense. So please do take it easy on this one, especially if you do have knee issues. Start on that one first, get comfortable with that, and then maybe try this one. So all we're doing for this one, any elevated surface, obviously a couch or sofa works best. And then all we're going to do is put ourselves in the same position, but having our knee and our sort of knee at more of a bent angle and our heel close towards our bum means we're going to feel a stretch down our hip flexor or rectus femoris, which is a quad muscle, on the front of this back leg a little bit more. Hips level, exactly the same again, around about 30 to 60 seconds on each side. And hopefully you should feel a nice stretch on the front of that back leg. Okay, exercise number 2 is a split squat. So this is going to help strengthen your quad, your hamstring and your glutes, which in combination can help protect the knee joint when strengthened. So for the first variation, we're just going to do without anything. We're not actually going to do an elevated foot split squat, which is what I'll show you in a second. But all we're going to do for this one is come into this split position as if you're about to do a lunge. Again, you can do this in the comfort of your own home or in the gym, and if you have a gym membership, for example, you can also grab a heavy object, some dumbbells, to make this a little bit tougher. So all we're doing, coming into this split position, and then what we want to do is drop down as vertically as we can. Just go as low as you can, as low as feels comfortable, and then back up. Feel free, you don't have to straighten this front leg all the way at the top. Just come down as low as you can, drive up. Torso upright as possible, looking straight forward. We don't want to come forward too much, and we want to go as vertically as we can. So we want to keep that front heel down on the floor as well. As I said, to make this tougher, you can grab some dumbbells in either hand, or if you're at home, for example, just grab some kind of heavy object or some water bottles in each hand to make it slightly tougher. Around about 8 to 10 repetitions on both sides is a good place to start. To make that tougher, we can just elevate the back foot. This is what we call a Bulgarian split squat. So all we're doing is exactly the same, just elevating that back leg now, and then we're going to do exactly the same technique, dropping down as low as we can, driving back up again. This puts more emphasis on the front leg, makes it a little bit tougher, but also allows you to go a little bit deeper and work on that glute a little bit more as well. So another great variation, another great option. Again, 8 to 10 repetitions for around about 3 sets is probably a great place to start with this one. Okay, so the final exercise we're going to do is both a strengthening and lengthening or stretching exercise. So this is a really great one, probably the toughest of the lot. So really take this one nice and easily. If you do have a specific knee injury or knee pain, probably best to go and get it checked out first before trying this one. But if you know your knee pain is just down to tightness and weakness, then you can try and give this one a go, as long as you're very careful. So for this one, all we're going to be doing is be on our knees. Again, feel free to put a cushion under the knees if that helps. You want to have the feet directly behind the knees and knees around about shoulder width apart. All we're going to do then is slowly lean back as far as is comfortable. So take it easy on this one, just go, even if you're going to here, that's completely fine. We want to try and keep the hips as far forward as we possibly can. That makes it a lot tougher, but we'll also stretch the front of the legs here. So lean back as far as you can. There's no need to go too far, and feel free to hold on to something if you want to as well. That's just going to help you balance. We want to go for around about 6 repetitions of this one, and we're going to do that around 3 times around with a minute or so's rest in between. To make it easier, you can hinge at the hip. So as I said, you want to try and keep the hip as far forward as possible. If that's too tough, you can bend the hip and come back a little bit further and then come back up to the top. That makes the movement a little bit easier. You'll be stretching the hips less, but you will still be strengthening the quads on the front of the leg. And then you can maybe progress to trying to keep the hips forward as much as possible and work at it that way. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you found that useful. Let me know down in the comments below, which stretch or exercise did you find most beneficial? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for new content every single week. And I've been Vitality Coach Jonny. I'll see you in the next video.